What's good, YouTube? It's your boy DJ LiftOFF with the JP Way, and you don't want to miss this flight. Today, I have another one for you. We'll be going over the 2-click flare orbit scratch. If you haven't seen my 1-click flare orbit scratch tutorial, go ahead and click that link up in the top right. But without further ado, like I always say, you know me, not much talking. Let's get it started. All right, DJ, so first I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate the 2-click flare orbit, and then we'll break it down. All right, DJs, there is the 2-click flare orbit. If you do not have the Serato Scratch sentence already downloaded, please go ahead and download that. It'll be available in the description below. So once you go ahead and download that, load it up on whichever deck that you would like. I personally learned this particular scratch pattern by thinking of it in 6 different sounds. So kind of like a what da da, what da da. Or you could say however you need to say it in your head. I say da da da, or what da da, and da da da. What da da, what da da. So those are the 6 different sounds. So the first thing you're gonna go ahead and do is have your sound actually playing. Of course, the Serato Scratch sentence. You're gonna go ahead and pull your platter back, and you're gonna start with your crossfader actually open. And the first sound you're gonna make is a chirp pretty much. You're gonna cut that first part of the song. So it's gonna be just like this. You're gonna push the platter forward, and you're just gonna move your thumb to close the crossfader as you push it forward. So push it forward just a little bit, cut that sound. So it's a sound just like this. You're pushing it forward and cutting it. Once you actually perform that cut, all you're gonna do is have 2 finger clicks with your middle or index finger, 2 clicks. So we're gonna go push forward and cut. Now we're gonna keep pushing forward on the platter, and we're gonna do 1 click first. So 1 click. Once we do that click, we're gonna have the crossfader closed again. Then we're gonna do a 2nd click. And we're gonna do that 2nd click as we're still moving forward on the platter. So I actually suggest just practicing that first. It might help. So just pushing forward, cutting the sound. Then you're gonna do 2 clicks as you move the platter forward a little bit farther. Again. Again. So then once you get that down and you have that pretty smooth, you'll be left with your crossfader open after that last click. And then you're gonna just pull the platter back. And as soon as you pull that platter back, make sure you don't close the crossfader too quickly. So you're pulling the platter back fast, but make sure you actually pull the platter back before you close the crossfader. So you're gonna pull back and close to make that cut sound pretty much in reverse. So now you're here. Then you're gonna pull back slowly, and I always recommend going a little bit slowly just so you have enough sound left to actually produce the sound. So once you cut that once, you're just going to do 2 more clicks on your way back to the beginning of the sample. Just like that. So if we're here again, we're gonna pull back and cut the sound. Then we're gonna pull back all the way to the beginning of the sample with 2 clicks. So once you get back to the beginning, you can see that the crossfader is actually back open, and then you just keep repeating that over and over. Da, 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 da. Once you get comfortable doing this by going back and forth with your hand on the actual platter, you can even then start to practice it without your hand on the platter. So it's the same exact motions, except your hand isn't gonna actually be going back and forward. You're just gonna be doing a forward scratch pretty much, so just letting the platter go. Once it gets to the end, you're just gonna be pulling that platter back. But as you're doing that, you're gonna do the same motions on the actual crossfader. So it would sound like this. Then you would catch it, and then when you bring it back, obviously your hand has to stay on the platter, but it's the same exact motion. So there you have it. That is the 2-click flare orbit. Now I'm gonna go ahead and show you just kind of like how to practice it. And what I would do is I would get an instrumental or a song around the 70 to 75 BPM range, and I would practice it there, and then slowly start speeding it up. This scratch pattern may look a little bit easier than it actually is, but it's gonna take a lot of practice with the crossfader. So do not get discouraged at all. Practice makes perfect. If you feel like you're not getting it, Practice a little bit more. I'm telling you, the more you practice, the more it'll eventually become natural. So let me go ahead and show you what it sounds like with an actual instrumental playing. So I would actually recommend practicing that slow. I know it seems super duper slow, but until you really get the hand motion down with both hands, I definitely recommend practicing at that speed. And then once you get that kind of down, then you can slowly start speeding it up. So once you start getting that scratch down and you're able to speed it up a little bit, I'm going to show you one more quick pattern that you can do to practice and that you can also do as you're actually DJing a set. And it's going to sound just like this. So all you're pretty much doing is you're going forward with the same 3. You're cutting it, then you're doing 2 clicks, then you're bringing that platter back, same thing in reverse, cutting it first, then 2 clicks, but in the middle, you're just gonna do 1 chirp scratch, okay? Then you're gonna do the exact same thing, and then again, chirp scratch. So you have da, 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 da. So da 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 All right, DJs, I hope you all enjoy learning that scratch pattern. Definitely one of my favorites to incorporate as I'm doing the transformer scratch, the chirp scratch. If you haven't seen some of my other tutorials, go ahead and check those just within my uploaded videos. I'll definitely be going over more scratch patterns, more scratches, more DJ content in general. If you have any suggestions or ideas for me, go ahead and drop them in the comments section. Other than that, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn those notifications on if you want to see the next time I drop a video, which will be very soon. I know I was slipping a little bit last week, but I'm back on it. We back ready. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm up out of here. I'll see y'all next time.